Chelsea 4, Saints 2. First half, really got to count of ourselves, really.
Yeah.
But perhaps our confidence dropped in the second half. Costa 2 goals. We needed to keep him quiet today, and if I were, I would have man-marked Costa or Hazard out of the game, because Hazard and Costa, we know how dangerous they can be with their link-up, maybe.
Yeah, Chelsea is the best. This year we are shit. Well, I wouldn't say we're shit. We're just, it's fine lines, and we're not that far off. We're not that far off. I just think there's been some things. Some of the players could have been more consistent during the season. Certainly tonight, we put the effort in. That match mattered so much more for Chelsea than it did for us, and ultimately it's told. It's told. Right? And then Chelsea have been clinical up front.
We'll have to show them one again,
yeah, away you go.
I think you're right. It boils down to clinical finishing.
So
it's not one of our strongest points.
Obviously, a consolation goal in the last minute there.
From the header from Bertrand. I don't think he won a header defensive. He hasn't won a defensive header in his life. So it was a great header.
Bertrand's been had a bit of a helter-skelter game, really. He had a fantastic first half, in my opinion. Went on to Boyle, perhaps at fault for the Costa goal for the third, not getting around him on the right on goal side for the ball. But he's almost sort of redeemed himself with that goal really towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it needed when we were sort of 3-2 down, we needed to get the first goal, which also we didn't, and we conceded it quite quickly, didn't we? Before we could even. Ham was already made.
It was a bit of a killer, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did kill things. It meant that Chelsea were literally in relaxation mode. You couldn't see them conceding 3 goals in the last 35 minutes.
Any positives to take from today's game? Well, obviously, first half we spread the ball quite well. We played with confidence.
I think at this stage of the season, it's a little bit difficult to. It's not like you're playing at the beginning of the season where you're looking for plus points. You're just playing the season out. Literally, there's not a lot to play for apart from pride and unfortunately Chelsea had more to lose than we did, and it showed a little bit. Not all the time. The lads did well, but I think the Cahill goal.
What we're going to aim for next season.
Yeah.
Given that this season's been a bit of upheaval, we've had a change of manager, obviously.
Change of personnel.
Change of personnel.
Which will we get again this summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the unknowns every pre-season, every season end. It always comes back to who you're going to lose.
Yeah.
I think the manager's safe.
Say again.
The manager's safe.
Yeah.
This season.
I think Boyle's got at least one more year.
I've got a problem with him.
Where do you think the boss will stay?
I don't know.
It could depend on those last few games because there's
speculation.
There's good and bad, isn't there, through the season?
Yeah.
Obviously League Cup final good, European not getting through bad. Some of the league form very bad. Compared to what we were producing before.
I think overall, the cup final performance kind of outweighs the big picture, outweighs the worst parts of the season, the worst parts of the away games in Europe.
I think in many ways today,
league form.
our performance against top side against Chelsea was very much a mirror image of what we played up against Man United in the cup final. You know, dominating and controlling good spells of possession. You know, having a few opportunities, but the quality on the pitch with Costa, Hazard, you know, two top players in the world.
Finishing, you only get one or two chances. Sometimes you get more, but the better players.
In answer to Juan Carlos there, answer me please, we're support Chelsea. We're actually Saints supporters, we're Southampton supporters. We can respect Chelsea, you know, and obviously tonight they've done particularly well. But we're Saints supporters, and that's what we're talking about right now.
There's a great comment actually from the Thick Leaf Spread. I want to thank you guys. Your stream is better than a shipping forecast. Keep this up.
Keep this up. How about the coastal gunnery firing times? What is it? Yes. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for your replies, and keep them coming.
So yeah, if you want to send through your questions for Reuben as well, former Saints player from 1980 to 85. We're chatting about match reaction to Chelsea 4, Saints 2. Who would you say your Saints man of the match today, Reuben?
Romeo.
Without a doubt. I mean,
I just think when Wanyama was here, he didn't really seem to do as well. But I think since Wanyama's gone, he's just taken over.
He stepped out of the shadow.
Yeah.
And he's an important
Yeah,
figure.
and also he's got the game time now. He didn't get when Wanyama's there. He was just coming in and out, no game. But now he's number one, and he's made it his own.
Yeah.
He's made it his name first in the team sheet, I would say.
It's another yellow card today for Oriol as well. 11th of the season. He'd just come back from a 2-game suspension from 10 yellow cards.
Nothing wrong with that. But
Is it another suspension?
No, so it won't be another suspension. But
no.
It's well, that's what we expect from Oriol. He's the enforcer in midfield.
I think he's only a young man. I think he's learned. For the last 2 seasons, he's improved, and he will mature, and he'll know the right time to take a booking, and he'll kick himself for getting booked for a foul that's unnecessary. And that's what it's all about. I mean, when I played, I was supposed to be quite a dirty player, apparently, but never got sent off. It wasn't through luck. That's because you had to pick your challenges, and I would pick my challenges. I would have a grievance with somebody who fouled me, and I would wait till the right time I could tackle him and the ball and not get booked for it.
Well, there's a couple of comments coming in now actually. One from Kelechi, actually, we go that one. What do we need to do to strengthen our squad more? I think we need a very good goalie enforcer who is out of form. Forster today, perhaps at fault. Maybe. I don't know. I think he could have done better.
I was a bit critical of that last goal, but I don't know. Costa did take it quite quick, looking back at it. But it just seems like, be a bit proactive. Come out, and you're a big lad. You're a giant. With giant hands, come out and scare the forwards.
Schmeichel, you've got all the previous goalkeepers who've sort of commanded respect.
Yeah.
Come out and just boss the
It's your
box,
area. You're in charge.
And if you're going to go for a ball in the box, you're going to get. It's going to come and batter.
Yeah.
You're going to get battered.
I mean, he made one good save today, Forster. It was like a bear paw. Claws it away. But we're just watching a replay now, and I mean, for the 4th goal, I think he was a statue. He couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, it seems to be. A lot of the goals seem to be a little bit.
There's a lot of comments coming through about us being a selling club. I think from the Chelsea fans and from our own fans, it's frustrating, isn't it? Obviously, where do you think it's going to go next season, Reuben? Do you think this is such a vital transfer window now coming up?
It's a difficult one to predict because you got Pure, who he's done well. He's got his own strategies, his own players in mind. If they're the same as the club's players that they've got in mind, you don't know how important is his input into. Well, obviously, they've got this set up, as we know, that they're watching players. They've got players all over the world that they're on the radar. Obviously, he's got his players in mind. They might go, yeah, well, that player, we've been watching him for 3 years now, and for us, it's not worth the money.
Southampton has to be one step ahead of the Chelseas and the Arsenals and the Man Uniteds to achieve that situation, don't they, really? I mean, how do we get Mane, really?
They have been.
Yeah. So.
Well, they are, that's the thing, they are. And but the problem is, once again, is once you get that player who comes from oblivion and is thrust into given the opportunity in the Premier League and shines, and then
I think that's what
2 years, 3 years gone.
Yeah, I think that's what the problem that Bufal's having this season. This is his first season in English football. As it is with, I think Hazard took a while to adapt to the English game. You know, players like that. But I'm sure Bufal will come good. He came off after the hour mark today. You know, it looked like he wanted to come off as well. He signalled to the bench. Do you think he may have picked up an injury or was just exhausted?
It's difficult to say, but it's one of his better performances. So it's probably worked harder than he's used to.
Yeah.
But it's a learning curve for people in the first season about pushing themselves. How far do you push yourself? Do you push yourself and burn out early on in the match, or do you pace yourself? And if you're not used to, if you're used to playing in a league where you can just stroll through the whole game.
Sorry. Someone's not impressed with that. Yeah. We can't really repeat it, but they would like to fly him home themselves. Anyway.
But no, there's a good comment underneath that, actually, by Thickly Squared. It's a good team performance. We played well against Leaguelies, but just a little rough around the corners. Keep the same team for another 12 months and we'll see the difference. I think, would you keep the same team to play Hull at the weekend?
What's he got to bring in, really? Yeah. You know,
in all fairness, if I was the manager, I'd be thinking about they're pretty much safe. You always got to look. There's nothing to achieve in the league this season from position-wise. I don't think they can get anywhere. So you've got to put players in. Look at them and put them under pressure, because it's not a pressurised situation now the last few games. The teams they're playing against are under pressure, so depending on the player, the position they play, they might be playing against Hull Saturday and they obviously got to win. So their team's going to be on, they're like psyched up for it. So
there's one player I really want to see given a chance, and that's Josh Sims. He excited me when he came in. I thought he had something about him. A little bit Michael Owen like in a way. Okay, big name to live up to, but he had something about him, and I will never forget that marvellous run at Liverpool to set up Shane Long for the goal. And I just thought this is an ideal time, really.
I agree totally, and I think that what I've seen with the lads coming through from the reserves, but the under 23s, whatever we call it, they tend to get to their first team and then freeze.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're given instructions to do different. The way they play in under 23s to the way they play in the first team is different. Obviously, I can understand they might be asked different things or different roles, but I'm just talking about Harrison Reed, for an example, who came in, done really well, drifted back out, done really well back in the. And then but when he comes to the first team, he doesn't actually play the way he plays in the under 23s. he just gets the ball, just does the basics.
So we've been blessed with a lot of young players coming through this season, actually, partially down to injuries, suspensions, all kinds of different things. But we've got a handful now of players. Sims, we've got Reed, we've got Hesketh, we've got Stevens. Of those four, McQueen as well coming through to the team. We've got 5 selections there. Who would you say? Who would you put forward as your best young player of the season?
Well, being a defender, I was going to say McQueen, because he came in. Okay, he had to come in. He had no choice, and he wasn't everybody's favourite sort of. But I liked his composure. He played in some important games, obviously the final. Whatever, you could blame him for this and blame him for that. But I thought he looked composed to me at times when you'd expect him to be shaky. He looked like he was confident. The confidence was there. He didn't just kick it, pass it. He came forward with it. He had to go.
Yeah.
I think going back to when I played, a lot of players would just win the ball and then pass it to somebody and then go back to position. He was quite happy to win the ball, come through, try and go into attack and try and sort of make something happen. And I think, well, he's trying. It's not like just a one-dimensional sort of.
Yeah, I mean, Sims is definitely.
Sims again. Yeah,
One thing I love to watch about Sims this season, he's direct.
Yeah.
He's fearless. Takes players on low centre of gravity. You know.
Speed's a killer.
Yeah.
And if you got it, you can't teach it. It's not something you can really teach. You either got it or you haven't got it, and it's a bonus if you got it.
Sign Sigurdsson off Swansea if they go down. Well, I'm sure after the Premiership are thinking the same thing, to be honest. So it's going to be tough for Saints to compete with the wages.
I think it's not just Sigurdsson we should look at. I've seen reports that Ben Gibson from Middlesbrough, who's been their best player this season, who could be on his way out of Borough. I'd take Gibson, but it's difficult because when obviously we've got Van Dijk coming back from injury, he will be fit for next season. We'll have Van Dijk, we'll have maybe Caceres, Yoshida, Stevens. You could bring in Ben Gibson for the fourth choice, providing Caceres does not come back.
Oh, I don't know what's happening with Caceres because we have not actually seen.
It's just a mystery, isn't it? It's such a mystery, and we're all saying it. Why can't we at least give him a try? To see.
Well, we've got
so much experience. So much quality.
I mean, why actually sign him?
Yeah.
In the first place.
Yeah.
Do you think we could have done with the experience of Caceres today, or do you think it would have been a sink or swim situation? Like to Costa was.
Well, I don't know. I think that maybe the decision's been made.
Yeah.
On Caceres, I don't know. I wouldn't like to comment, but.
Paper play. Simple. If he plays, he gets paid.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll probably wrap it up there then. 25 minutes after the full-time whistle. Great match analysis.
Actually, I'd like to see Alan Curtis, actually. We were talking about Swansea players. I'd like to get Alan Curtis back and get his boots back on.
So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there then, guys. Big thanks to Five Rivers for the fantastic hospitality and fantastic pub as well. Amazing big screens. Thank you all for watching on our live watch along with the Ugly inside. Yeah, so those of you that don't know, Five Rivers on the site of the old Dungeon Club in Beavers Valley. So we'll wrap it up there, and thank you all for watching. Make sure you do subscribe to the Ugly
We're here
inside.
every game. We're here.
In most match days. We'll make sure this again for the Liverpool game. That's on TV in Saturday week. So yeah, if you haven't already, do make sure you subscribe to the Ugly Inside. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And thank you all for watching. Bye for now.
Hasta luego, Carlos. Juan.